Hey y'all, what's going on YouTube? Sparky Marky Mark 23 here, back to do a happy birthday shout out video for stuntman actor Ted White. Happy birthday, Ted White. And of course, as you can tell from here, I'm using my iPad. My laptop at the moment is got a bit of a commotion right now. So, if you saw my previous video from 2 years ago, of course, I made a special video and doing a G-Shock review. I'll leave you the link in the description box, and I'll also leave you the site for Ted White's autograph. So for the price for the hockey mask on his site, of course, www.tedwhite.com, it's $80 now, not 180. I believe it was in a different sale. Who knows? But it is his birthday, and go on his site now. Purchase, like I already might have said it to you once on on my previous video that the autographs are $40, so you're cool, and also they accept PayPal's, regular credit cards, whatever, and among other things. So get your hands on it while you can, because he's 95 years old. No kidding, no lie. So anyway, so dated back in his career for many years. Okay, so let's see. He played football. He was born in Texas, of course. Great American man, cool. So he also, of course, did stunts. He also was the stunt. He also served in the military, if I'm not mistakenly. He also was notable for doubled actors like westerns like John Wayne, Fess Parker, Clark Gable, and Richard Boone. Also, before that in his career, he did play football for University of Oklahoma, and then pursued as a stuntman acting career in such projects like Sands of Iwo Jima, 1949, and then, of course, because he was approached about his Marine Corps background when they needed a consultant for this other project that he was working, that White met John Wayne and began doubling for him in 1952. Then, of course, had minor roles in several Western films, such as the television series Daniel Boone, The Andy Griffith Show, Hunter, Magnum P.I., and the Rockford Files, usually tough guy roles such as police officers or hired thugs. He also worked in a film called Gone in 60 Seconds, but let's be clear, it's the original, of course. I believe he was involved in the remake as well. Let me be clear on that. Then would work on such projects like Silverado and Major League, and of course work with actor Jeff Bridges twice in two films, John Carpenter's Starman and Tron, the original, 1982. Then he was asked to play the role of Jason Voorhees in for Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, which we all know that, because the director needed a larger dude to play the part, and Ted White accepted the role, and he needed money as well. White was asked not to be credited for screen for his part, but later he was credited for in archives and such, and among other things, footages on Friday the 13th Part 7. White was offered to play the role of Jason again for Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, and Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, but turned them down, and the roles ultimately went to one stuntman actor, Tom Morga, and another one, C.J. Graham, but he's not a stuntman. He's just a bouncer turned actor, respectfully. Even nowadays in the interview of, what's the word for it, in the Crystal Lake to Manhattan, or the Crystal Lake to Manhattan, and his name was Jason. One of those two documentaries, he said that nowadays I regretted it for turning down the role. I should have taken it though, but I decided not to. Oh well, it was his choice. And I already said Creature for the Black Lagoon. It was uncredited for these other ones between 1949 until 1965. But we know it was him. Because he doubled, I believe, the two guys, Riku Browning and some other dude. playing the Gill Man in Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of the Universal monsters. And also, he was uncredited as Soldier in The Perfect Furlong, and Bone Reckless as Cowboy, and the Tennessean in The Alamo, and Cad Bello as Gunslinger. Then was in Point Blank playing the role of football player, and then was Ellis in Quiet Cool in 1986. And then in 1974, he was in Dirty Crazy Man playing Dirty Mary Crazy Larry, credited as Trooper. Going Ape as Goon Number 1. Oh God, Book 2, Motorcycle Policeman, Used Cars as Guard. These were in the 80s, of course. Then was Deer Hunter and Starman, when he does the reaction scene when the chick, Karen Allen, pulls the gun out. And speaking of which, I have my copy of Starman, of course, somewhere. But in a later on video, I'll do a review of it sooner or later. Then he was Grogan in Romancing the Stone, starring Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, and Danny DeVito. Then we know him as Jason Voorhees in The Final Chapter, uncredited, Against All Odds, and he played various other roles, and he did 2 documentaries, and he did stunts, of course, work with, like, say, 1941, that was directed by Spielberg, the original Planet of the Apes, Hatarari, if I said the name right, doubling for John Wayne as stunt double, but uncredited. Planet of the Apes uncredited. Prime Cut unrated. Soylent Green, yes, doesn't say uncredited. Bronco Billy, 1980, and work with John Carpenter the first time in Escape from New York with George P. Wilbur, coincidence. And Cloak and Dagger with Henry Thomas and Dolby Coleman, pretty cool. Short Circuit, Major League, Roadhouse, and he did the stunts for Wild Wild West with Will Smith and Kevin Kline. Also, another Jason actor, Derek Mears, who plays some tin can dude in the film. And of course, was in the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds in 2000. And what be more surprising to you folks is that later in the 2000s, after he did that particular project, he would later be involved in these other... Well, he was one of the stunt players for a Death Wish 4 the Crackdown, 1987. Okay, let's see it very carefully. Okay, he was involved in these 2 films. One is for Too Fast, Too Furious. Just a second. Too Fast, Too Furious, starring Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson. He was involved doing the stunts. And his last one was the 2006 action crime thriller, The Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift. So this was his last film that he did the stunts for. And in the anniversary of Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter in 2013, if you might have heard me say it, he says to the audiences that he has done stunt work since the 50s and other things. And the last one I did was for the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. So yeah. So it's pretty cool to know Ted White was the guy who did the stunts for all these other movies. And as you might have heard, he hasn't done conventions since he announced he retired from doing conventions. But for any fans that have already heard me say this, among other things, there's a site where you can get his autograph. And that's this site for www.tedwhite.com. This is his site. That's Ted, WW2 veteran of the United States Marine Corps, seen from Rio Bravo. That's him with a cigarette, and that's him as Jason Voorhees in The Final Chapter. And he's 95, so I already said happy birthday, man. So yeah, so here, pause it very carefully, folks, if you want to read that. Of course. So, You have this particular autograph. You could pay about that's $65, of course. In the hockey mask replica version of the one he wore, it's $80. This particular autograph, of course, $40. So all these autographs are $40 of him as Jason. You have him as a ape stuntman in Planet of the Apes. Mugshot of Ted White, $40. Here's him with John Wayne back when he was younger, $40. Gunslinger, $40. Starman, Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen, that's him. $40. Working with Sam Elliott, $40. I believe that was just the outtake. Oh well. Him fighting against the female chick, played by Kimberly Beck, the sister. Tommy Jarvis' sister, Trisha Jarvis. Again, $40. Him grabbing the little hero and while the sister's fighting the villain in the final chapter, $40. Oh, this is one of the autographs I have in my collection. Ooh, I gotta get this one sooner or later. Oh, whatever. It's my choice. I mean, I got 3 autographs, but the first 2 I made a mistake because I put my last name on it. That's not cool. So yeah, $40, and here's a novel or something by Larry K. Meredith. So this is about $49.99. Depends how you want it autographed. And so a little advice to anyone who wants to buy an autograph from this guy or get a hockey mask signed by him. It's simple and easy. Required. Okay? Please add the name you want on the autograph. Or it's your choice if you ask him for a signature. So if you want your name right to so-and-so, Ted White, so-and-so, Ted White, Jason number 4, or just his signature, Ted White, Jason number 4. Or in the other ones, you just say Ted White or to your name. Of course, it's your choice. But whatever you do, folks, do not put your last name. That's the cardinal sin of autographs there. Yeah, never do that again, folks. So yeah. Your choice how you want it signed. So link will be in the description box down below if you like, and among other things. So wow, that was pretty long. So I'll leave you the links in the description box for Ted White and his interviews and other things, and also his site to purchase the autographs. So better get it while you can. All right. This dude's 95 now, man. He's a legend in the world of stunts, and he was a World War II veteran. So, thank you, Ted White. So, happy birthday, Mr. White. You the man. Jason number 4. Happy birthday. So, wow. So, anyways, this is Marky See you all soon. Catch you on the next vid, and take care. And God bless you.